409, what's up? Let's get some energy going in this room, man. You guys should be proud. You guys are the unit that has the Soul Pickle Taxi, from what I hear. I got a ride in that sucker, man. You didn't know I was going to say that, did you? How many people, any of you guys do administrative work in the unit? Oh, let me ask you a question. Do you get people that send you an email and then show up at your desk 2 minutes later to tell you they sent you an email? You do? All right, when I used to have a real job, this is what I did. Check this out. They come into my office, and they'd be like, hey, I just sent you an email. And I'll look at them and say, yeah, I just answered it. Oh, let me go check my email. And then as they're going back to the office, I quickly type, come see me about this. They'll stop doing it, I'm telling you that right now. Denver Broncos, pretty sad state of affairs. I had a solution. I called them up. I said, we need to get Kyle Orton, and we need to get McDaniels some extends. Because I figured they'd score more if they had a few more inches, you know what I mean? But no, I do, as Dick said, I do travel a lot doing this job. Just got back from Washington, D.C. last week, did some shows out there. Had a good time. And I'll tell you what, man, you tour the country, you see some wild stuff. I mean, wild stuff. I was in Norfolk, Nebraska for the Great American Comedy Festival. Huge billboard. Well, it's a regular-sized billboard, but it's a billboard. And that's the Bible Belt, man. All this billboard said was outlaw sodomy. I was like, wow. I was wishing I had my camera because I wanted to take a picture of it. And I don't know if they just don't get the concept or somebody just had a good sense of humor, because at the bottom of the billboard, it said, this billboard sponsored by Dale's 10-minute oil and lube. With convenient parking in the rear. Oh man, and then let's see, I was in Arkansas. That's a fun place. And I was waiting to do the show, and I like to read the paper and kind of see what's going on in the local town, you know. And they have this section, and it was called Dear Ellie Mae. Apparently a redneck version of Dear Abby, I don't know. But I was reading through it, and one of the letters said, Dear Ellie Mae, I'm an 18-year-old woman considered very attractive and still a virgin. Do you think this means my brothers are gay? And as a side note, I had to eat at a Golden Corral. Any of you people been in one of these? Okay. I used to think Walmart is where the evolutionary chain broke. Hell no. I found the missing link in the Golden Corral. He was like eating pork chops and stuff, you know? And I was like, I walked over, I was like, what? He's like, ah! But, and then I was in Vegas. And, well, wait, before I get to Vegas, I was in Los Angeles because I did a show for the troops in Los Angeles at the Bob Hope Event Center at LAX. And I was waiting to go to Vegas to do another show. I had a week booked in Vegas. And for like an hour, I'm sitting there waiting for my plane, and I kept hearing them say, the threat level has been raised from yellow to orange. Does anybody in this room know what the hell to do because it goes from yellow to orange? Do you know the other colors? No, and you're in the military. So I was thinking about it. I had to simplify it. I came up with the Jiovani threat level. Only 3 levels. Doesn't have to be explained to anybody. Pretty self-explanatory. Level 1 is cool. You walk through the airport. The threat level is cool. It's going to be a good day. Second level, oh hell no. You know you need to be a little cautious. Third level, holy shit. Turn around and go home. Very self-explanatory. But anyway, like I was saying, I was in Vegas and I saw the Blue Man Group. You guys seen these guys? Those poor bastards. They must never get laid because they got the worst case of blue balls I have ever seen. It's crazy. But as much as things are different around the country, there's things that are the same. No matter where I went, there was a homeless problem. Homeless everywhere. The one thing I learned about the homeless that's the same no matter where I went is homeless people don't like knock-knock jokes. They just can't get them. And speaking of homeless, how many people know about the newspaper in Denver, The Voice? You guys have seen that? It's the homeless newspaper. I started thinking about that. Like, number one, who the hell reads a homeless newspaper? And number two, what the hell's in a homeless newspaper? You know, I can just picture like two bums share a box, you know, before they hit their corner in the morning, reading The Voice. You know, hey Willie, there's a recipe in here for pigeon wings. And Willie says, yeah, but did you see the one for squirrel nuggets? That looks tasty. Anybody in the room do drugs? Is that part of the don't ask, don't tell? I was just curious. The economy's getting bad, man. You can't, it's just getting really bad. And not only is it bad for us, but you know it's bad when it starts affecting like rich people like Tiger Woods, right? Tiger Woods, or as some feminists call him, Cheetah Woods. I'll let that one sink in. He lost his ass in that divorce. Lost all of his endorsements, lost his money, she cleaned him out. He got back into golf, but you know, he's got to be paying her child support and alimony and all that good stuff. So he had to, I don't know if you heard about this, he's had to start a couple of new companies because he needed to generate some more income. So he started the Tiger Woods Condom Company. His motto is wear two in case there's a hole in one. Because guys, back me up, we don't want our shot landing in the rough. Right? Secondly, he's writing a book. He started it when he went to sex therapy. He's writing a book. And it's called, right now the working title is called How to Get in 18 Holes Without Your Wife Knowing. But considering he didn't finish the course, I don't think he's an expert in the field. But the world's gone crazy. I really think the world's gone crazy. Like Dick said, you know, talking about different things like Michael Jackson dying. You guys remember right here in Colorado, Balloon Boy? You guys remember that? Man, and the dad said, oh, I just wanted a reality show. Yeah. Well, someone needs to tell him you need to live in reality to get a reality show. But I'll tell you, when I turned on the TV and I saw that story, I thought, man, he's still powerful. Michael Jackson ordered delivery. Wow. And then you remember just almost a year ago, Charlie Sheen got in trouble in Aspen, Colorado. You guys remember that? Crazy guy, man. Lost all his endorsements, you know. Lost all his endorsements like Tiger, except Tiger didn't lose Nike. But if you think about it, what's Nike's motto? Just do it. And he did, over and over. So it kind of fits. But Charlie lost everything. And just recently, until this New York thing, Hanes was going to rehire him in a limited fashion. They wanted him to promote their new line of wife beaters. Perfect pitch man for it, I think. God, what else is going on in the world is so crazy. Oh, BP, the oil slick. You guys remember that? How could you forget, right? I had a solution for that a week after it happened. And I called BP. Not only do they not care about our environment, but they're a bunch of racist bastards too. I called them up, I said, hey, I got a solution for this. You know, I said, President Obama wants to make sure that it's taken care of correctly. You need to plug the hole. Let's get your engineers to design a nice pressure suit. We'll plug the hole with Obama until we can figure this out. And they said, we can't do that because that would be nigger rigging. That offended me, and I'm not even black. I corrected him. I said, hey, he's only half black, so technically the worst we'd be doing is nig rigging. It's funny because people today, they're so worried about being politically correct and offending people. And I'll give you a case in point. This is true. Some of you may have read it. In Texas, the state of Texas is making all public schools take out the word or any reference to the word slavery. And and this is true, they want them to replace it with the triangular Atlantic trade route. Okay, now, I was your typical D student. And when I was awake for some of the history classes I was in, I don't remember any trade. You know, I don't remember reading about how the English, the white people went over to there and they talked to the black people and said, hey, I'll tell you what, we need some help. You come back over to our country and pick some cotton, and we'll provide you with free transportation. I don't remember that. Black people were just getting jacked is what happened. So I was wondering, so what's next if we're so worried about being politically correct? You know, Nagasaki and Hiroshima, we can't let people know we dropped nuclear weapons. So we're going to start referring to that as what? The first Chinese-American or Japanese-American barbecues? I mean, seriously. You know? But no, the economy does suck, and it's making it harder to buy essentials for me, like rent, food, weed. They legalized medical marijuana in Colorado. I think they should just legalize it straight across the board. I honestly don't smoke it, but I'm just tired of a fight about it, and I'm tired of hearing about it on the news all the time. But they're not going to do it. Let me tell you why. I'll explain this to you. Because the drug czar that was put in place by George W. Bush was doing an interview and was asked, would you ever consider legalizing marijuana? He said no. Follow-up question, why? He said, and I quote, because people who do marijuana are more apt to commit violent crimes. I was like, are you high, dude? Seriously, are you high? The only violence somebody that smokes weed is going to do is killing a bag of Doritos, man. That is it. That's it. You know? As long as they got their bag of, you know, like they got something to munch on, their sack of weed, their bong, and they got a bong, sir, is a tall cylindrical object used for smoking marijuana. I just want to keep you in the loop. Oh, as long as they got their bong, their sack of weed, and something to munch on, and like South Park on TV, that is the happiest demographic of people you were ever going to meet. And even if they think about committing a violent crime, give them 4 or 5 seconds. They'll forget what the hell they were thinking about. You know? But no, I never did get into drugs, but I did drink a lot. Now in a 12-step program, sober 274 days. And not in a row, sir. I'm working on it. But I found out I had a problem is when I got my DUI, and that's one embarrassing story that I don't think I can tell. I can? You promise not to judge me?
Of course not.
Okay. There's a main drag. There's a main drag in Denver. You from Colorado probably know Colfax. Okay? And I'm driving down Colfax, doing one of these numbers, you know. And I went to switch stations on the radio. There was a brilliant idea. And I swerved really fast to avoid hitting a tree, which turned out to be my air freshener. Yeah. Try telling that story to a judge in a crowded courtroom and they didn't have any dignity. Good luck with that. And just so the Soul Pickle knows, it was pine-scented, not watermelon. Oh, man. Yeah, I do travel a lot. And as a matter of fact, the USO, well, the good thing is, though, as far as people being a little bit more, politically correct and not, so judgmental, it gives people the impression that they're not judgmental and that they're more accepting, which it helped my friend. I have a gay midget friend that finally came out of the cabinet. So I was pretty excited about that. That was cool. That was cool. Yeah, but I do travel a lot. And as a matter of fact, the USO has invited me to perform for you guys, for the troops over in Afghanistan next year. And as part of the process, I had to go and get a physical. And so I did. And the physical went well. You know, my doctor, he's a cool dude. But he says, hey, Jiovani, he's like, you know, I'm looking at your records. You've never had a prostate exam. I think we should have a prostate exam. All right, you know, I've never had one, so not knowing exactly what a prostate is or where it is or how they do this particular procedure, I told my doctor, yeah, you know, I trust you, sure. So he takes me into this other exam room where they had candles lit, incense burning, and Yanni on the stereo. I thought, okay, maybe it's new age, relaxing. I just need to ask the guys that have had this procedure done, is it common for the doctor to have a hand on each shoulder when he performs it? I never felt so ashamed yet aroused all at the same time. You guys have been terrific. Thank you very much, and thank you for letting me be part of your Christmas party. And I hope you guys enjoy your holidays. And good night. Thank you.